Guys, so I have absolutely no makeup on, my hair isn't done yet. I'm going to be doing a demo and first impressions of the Maybelline FIT Me Shine Free Foundation Stick. When I think of foundation stick, I think of a product that's very thick, very hard to work with. So I'm really curious how this pans out because I have heard some positive things about it, I've heard some negative things about it, so I'm really excited to test it out for myself. It is 9:17 in the morning and I really wanted to get a full review and really good feeling for the product, so I really want to keep it on all day and I'm going to report back at different times throughout the day. I'm taking a page out of the It's Judy Times book. Let me know if you guys like this and I can do this with more foundations. I purchased it in the shade 310 and that is Sun... As I was saying, it's a shade 310 Sun Beige, which is actually the same name as my L'Oreal True Match foundation. I have already moisturized my face and I did prime it as well. Now, I was really debating whether or not I wanted to prime my face because I know the point of these videos is to see how the foundation works, you know, how well it holds up throughout the day. Like if I get shiny, if it starts to break apart, and I know a primer is really going to slow down that process. But for me, I never ever wear foundation without a primer. So for me, I feel like it's the best test for me to start out with no other variables, no other differences between any of my foundation routines. So I'm going to stick with what I use normally, but I feel like it's going to give me the most accurate description of the foundation because I literally use all of them with the primer. So anyway, that's just my little side note. So let's go ahead and apply the Fit Me, and I'm going to do the famous one side of the face, see how that covers up, and then we'll go ahead and take it from there. Immediately, it feels pretty soft on the skin, and it glides on actually really nicely. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but the point of this foundation is that it has a shine core technology, so it's apparently supposed to fight shininess. Okay, so using my fingers to blend this in just so I can really get a feel for the texture. This is really incredibly soft, actually. Okay, wow. I was not expecting that. Like I said, when I think of stick foundations, I think of heavy, cakey, sticky, hard to work with. But this blends out to like a really light powder almost, like a cream to powder kind of. And it feels really, really nice on the skin. I have done the left side of my face. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. I'm still struggling with my lighting a little bit, so bear with me. But it did a good job of covering up most of my redness. Now, to be fair, I don't have too much to cover up on my skin. The only thing is I have pretty dark under eye circles. The color seems to be a good match for my body. And yeah, it has like, I wouldn't say the finish looks completely matte because I do see a little, not sheen, but it looks like skin, so it looks really natural and nice. Okay, I do have a little bit of redness left around my nose. Let's see if we can build it up. And also on a breakout that I have on my forehead. Now obviously it didn't cover up my under eye circles completely. No foundation that I've ever used has made my under eye area look completely perfect, so that's really not a surprise to me, and it's not something that I expect from a foundation because they are so discolored and so bad. Okay, so I really am liking the texture and the feeling of this on my skin so far, so I'm actually going to apply this to the other side of my face. I have the foundation on my entire face, and yeah, the only thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to set it. The texture is really, really interesting of this foundation. I don't know, I'm really loving it. I don't notice the foundation settling in any fine lines on my under eye area or on my forehead, my smile lines. Very smooth, powdery finish, so I really like this because you get the ease of a convenient application, rub it in with your fingers, and then you have a really, really powdery finish. And I'm probably driving all of you crazy because I'm touching my face so much. I'm sorry. But it's just a really, really interesting texture. This is how much product you get in the foundation. Here, you can see it better here, which I don't think is a lot, but it is fairly inexpensive. I purchased it for $5.99 at my Target, so I think it should be around that same price for most of you guys. I guess a little bit different depending on where you live. I'm actually going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and we'll get an official time, and I'll check in with you a few times throughout the day. Okay guys, so I have completely finished my makeup. The only place I applied concealer is under my eyes because I really want to see how well the foundation holds up on spots around my face. It is 9:55 and I will check back in a few hours to see how my face is holding up. Hey guys, I'm here to check back in, see how my foundation is doing. It is 1:11, about 3.5 hours since I first applied the foundation, and I have to say that I am already looking a little bit shiny. My forehead, I don't know if you can see that, does have some shininess as well as my chin. I noticed that some redness of my breakouts are starting to poke through, so far I'd say that the anti-shine core isn't really doing much to stop my shininess. So I will check back in with you in about maybe 2 more hours. Hey guys, so I am back again. It is now 3:05, so about 2 hours later. Really am super unimpressed with the anti-shine core that the product claims to have, because my face is oily, oily, oily. My chin is really oily. My cheeks, again, like I said, I do have some shiny, shimmery products on, but it's, you know, I can still tell what is highlight and what is oil. So my cheeks are getting oily, my forehead's really oily, my breakout is like getting really red. I guess I'm impressed with the fact that the foundation hasn't broken up yet, but it still has done absolutely nothing to keep my oiliness down. Hey guys, I am back for the final update of the day. It is now 5:59, so it's 6 o'clock, and that means I've had this foundation on for about 8.5 hours, so I've given it a pretty fair chance to show me how well it performs. A few things I said earlier: my blemishes have come out, they're completely red, I am extremely oily, and actually the only reason that I'm taking my makeup off now at 6 o'clock and saying this is my last update is because I can't even like think about keeping this on my skin anymore because I am that greasy. The anti-shine core is complete crap. I really don't like this foundation. I really like the idea of it because the texture of it is extremely nice. It goes on your skin. It's very lightweight. It's very blendable, and it's really a great foundation, or it would be a great foundation for a really quick, like, on the go. But here's the thing, it's made for people with oily skin, and my skin isn't extremely oily by any means. And what, like 3 hours into the initial application, it was already becoming a greasy mess. So I definitely would not recommend it for people with dry skin because I could see how it would not lay correctly and kind of emphasize any dry areas, but I don't really see it working for people with oily skin either. So I'm not really sure who this foundation is made for. That's why, as of right now, I would have to say a big old fail on the Maybelline FIT Me Shine Free Foundation. Me personally, I would say pass on this foundation, but if you have normal skin, have really pretty decent skin, and just want something very light with not a lot of coverage, this might be good for you, but for me, wasn't really crazy about it. That concludes my first ever first impressions video. If you guys like this style of first impressions better than my get ready with me first impressions, let me know and I will structure more like this. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!